So we were talking actually at Stanza about. Well, I was asking you about people writing in Shetlandic dialect. In Orkney, obviously, I don't think that's as common, is it?
I think not as common. There is an Orkney dialect. There is an Orkney dialect literature. Robert Rendell used the dialect to great effect.
When was that?
60s.
Right, okay, I'm not aware of that.
Didn't quote me on that.
Right, that's okay.
It's this camera running.
That's fine.
Harry Giles uses it. And Morag McInnes uses it as well. And I think it might be less. I don't know why it's less prevalent.
Do you think it's because of Muir? Edmund Muir, he was very kind of.
Yeah.
In Scotland, he said that Scots was the language of children and it couldn't cope with adult themes.
Yeah, well, that might. Yeah, that could well inform it.
I mean, you've got George Mackay Brown, and there's a lot of the literature you associate with Orkney is English.
I think Mackay Brown uses Orcadian dialogue in his prose,
right?
But he does tend to use English. It means he's an absolute master of the English language.
Is it limiting, do you think, to write in Shetlandic dialect?
Probably. Yes and no. It's in terms of the scope of your audience, then you're definitely limiting.
You've got a smaller audience.
Yeah, you've got a smaller audience. That said, a lot of people. I mean, not everybody in my audience is fluent or even conversant with Shetland. They can still access my poetry, I think.
What do you think makes it accessible?
I think it's poetry, and I think that poetry is it's about sound.
Yeah.
I think on that side of things, using Shetland is certainly not limiting. In fact, that's why a lot of my writing practices ended up coming out in Shetland, because it offers a realer sound.
Yeah.
It offers a more distinctive sound, and trying to do that when the English language. What I used to find was I used to start poems in English, and then it would slip into Scots, and then it would slip into Shetland as more and more words stopped feeling right.
Right.
And then Scots kind of fell by the
Has
wayside.
it been a voyage for you, in a sense, writing in Shetlandic dialect? Has it come naturally, or have you had to work at it now?
Well, it probably feels like it comes naturally now, but that's probably discrediting the effort that it took. Because poetry's an art of the ear and of the voice, then it takes less effort for me to write in Shetland. But exploring that as a written medium, it isn't something that you learn to do when you're at school. So between the ages of 5 and 16, when I was growing up, I was quite lucky. Dialect was encouraged, and when Christine was growing up, not only was it not encouraged, it wasn't tolerated. And if you were caught speaking Shetland, even in the playground, then you'd be punished for it.
There's a real musical quality to it, and that's what turned me onto it in a way that I've been quite sceptical in myself about writing in Scots. But I heard you reading the Project Cafe, and the music of it really came across to me. And since because of you, I've got into reading Christine DeLuca, and I'm engaging with it more, and I do find it quite fascinating, to be honest. That it does feel like it's very alive to me. Whereas when I read some Scots poetry, it doesn't.
Yeah.
But there is a music to it, I think. What's your views on glossing words? Christine DeLuca at the bottom of the page quite often has a kind of gloss. You don't. You have it at the back.
I have
Do you
it.
think it gets in the way?
Yeah, I quite like versions these days.
Aye.
Quite like making English versions. I think that's the thing. In terms, that's maybe I should gloss better.
Well, I don't know. It's an actual. I mean,
and also Alan Jameson, what he does is he has like English prose translations,
right?
And
sure.
and that kind of works. That kind of works for me. If I do something like that, then the temptation is to make the English worse than the Shetland is, and I try to resist that temptation. Which is why I prefer to do like an English version and see does it work as a poem.
Yeah.
Because I mean, as somebody who enjoys translation, I believe if a poem works, it works.
Mm-hmm.
And if it doesn't work in,
it's difficult to translate that musical quality.
Well, no, it is
often.
Yeah. Of course it is.
I mean, there's big issues with Gaelic about translation as well, and whether you should have a facing page translation or not. So there's quite a lot of issues there.
Yeah, that's a whole
another thing.
Yeah.
But what do you think writing as a minority language then, which it is, as I said, but it seems to be much more acceptable now. I mean, there's quite an audience for it, I think.
I think there is, and I think that the generation of poets whose work I've benefited from done a lot to make that to create to reinforce the validity of Scots and Shetland and minority languages as media for works of literature.
Okay, my arm's about to fall off, so we'll just stop.
All right, okay.
Thank you, well done. Thanks.